Today we're gonna change out the sunroof. It's been leaking. Not really been leaking, but it's rusted. There's been a few drops of water, but I think it's due to these seals here. As you can see, the seal on the sunroof is kind of bubbling up. Hard to tell, but when you look at this is completely flush, except that there. And this side is just kind of like pushing out, as well as here, versus something on that side is completely flat. Can we just change the seal? Unfortunately not that I know of. I think a lot of people on the forums are saying you have to kind of change the whole sunroof. They don't sell a new set anymore. And I don't know if you can see it here, but the areas where it's kind of bubbling up, it's rusted. It's kind of seeped through. It's pretty disgusting. This side is fine. And the way we're going to take it out is just kind of like there's these two kind of hex bolts on each side, 2 or 3. I'm not sure you can see it, but I'll kind of document as I'm taking it apart. But that's what we're going to get rid of today, or remove. We're going to take off this sunroof and replace it with a new set. All right, I just opened the sunroof so you can take a closer look. You can see a little kind of rust residue here, but I think we can wipe that out. Other than that, it's just really dirty. Let's open the car again. So the rust there, and there you go. Those are the bolts. Looks like there's 2 of them. Maybe even a third. There you go, there's a third. So there's 3 bolts on each side. And that's how we're gonna take out the sunroof today. So I ordered a new set, a new sunroof glass piece from Heritage Auto Parts on eBay. I think they're like a kind of a junkyard place. They shipped it to me in a box, packaged with bubble wrap, so it's well packaged. All right, and this is what we have. As you can see, if you get real close, the seals are pretty good. It's not damaged. It's not like the one I have. Pretty much intact. It has a little part number written from when they took off the car, but we can always wipe that off later. What we're gonna do right now is just kind of clean it up and then go from there. Next thing we're gonna do is take the rubber here and kind of spread it with genuine Honda silicone grease. It's actually the Shinetsu grease. Really good for the silicone, and it'll just kind of make sure it's protected. So this is what it is, the Shietsu silicone grease. We're gonna take our gloves and we're just gonna wipe it right on top. All right, we're gonna remove the sunroof by taking off these 2 screws here and a third one up there. In order to do that, we're gonna need to use a hex wrench here. This is a 3/16 hex wrench. Unfortunately, we don't have the leverage to remove it, so we're gonna actually leverage something like this. It is a right angle tool connected to an impact gun. All right, so we have our right angle tool connected to the sunroof bolts, which are a 3/16 hex, and we're just gonna back it out. There you go, one bolt removed. So we pretty much just loosen the screws, all 6 of them. So you have 3 on this side, and then you have 3 on this other side. So I just pushed up the sunroof up, and so there you have it, completely removed sunroof glass by taking out those 6 bolts. So this is the sunroof assembly with the glass removed. How I removed it was taking a 3/16 hex and removing the bolts. You can see here as I'm demonstrating the bolts on each of these sides. So there's 3 on each side, 1, 2, and 3, and then the other side also has 3 screws. And once you remove that, you can pretty much push out the sunroof glass, and put the new one in. Over here, you can see a side-by-side comparison of the 2 sunroofs I'm gonna be replacing. This is the one I'm gonna replace, actually. You can see the corrosion that's just happening from, you know, just really bad seals from the sunroof and just water coming in. And then over here, this is what we're gonna replace it with on the left, and it just doesn't have any of that. I made sure from the junkyard that they sold me one that didn't have any of those issues, and they sent me this one here, which is pretty good. You can see on the other side, the seals is consistent and intact. Just a little dirty here, which I just need to wipe, but other than that, it's pretty good. So we're gonna replace this one and most likely get rid of this old rusted one.